Hey everyone, and welcome to a new video. And today we are doing a list on arcade type games. Now these are going to be a mix of genres. I would say we're going to have run and gun games, beat 'em up games, racing game, arcade action games, all that good stuff. They're going to be in this list, so I'm pretty sure that someone will find something that they'll want to try out in this list. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
In the 21st century, nations have collapsed. From the ruins of war arises a society fueled by greed. But there are some that have no interest in gang affiliations nor company citizenship. They only pledge allegiance to the highest bidder. Their title, Bounty Hunter. Their only objective, Hunt Down.
Here's Huntdown for Switch and PlayStation 4. I'm happy this game got a physical release that was not limited. But anyways, going to the gameplay, this is a run and gun game. It'll remind you of old school arcade games, kind of like Metal Slug, things like that. But this game is like awesome on its own. It really has like a lot going for it. Graphically, sound design, weapons, overall story, voice acting. I mean, this game has it all. You can tell the developers like really put their heart into this game, and it really shows. Now, originally I saw this game, my buddy John Entry Gaming was playing this on a live stream. He was really enjoying it, and I said, you know what, let me try this game out. I eventually played it when it got a physical. I got mine from Amazon just to let everybody know. But man, this game has a lot going for it. The only thing I wish, and I always say this for these type of games, that it had online co-op. You know, that's what these games need. But if you have a strong enough internet connection, you can do the share play option on the PS4 or PS5. Not sure if that would work on the Switch version. If you try to play online, I don't think that has a share play option. But anyways, fantastic game. It really gives you that futuristic like feel. I think the best way to put it is that the world's gone to crap and you're here to clean it up kind of feel. So yeah, definitely I think a lot of people can get into this one. You have 3 characters to choose from. I chose the character to look the coolest. And from that point on, I just really enjoyed the game. But everyone, definitely check out Huntdown. It is an excellent game on this list.
Now we're talking. Stash collected.
Heads up! Fire gun!
Take 'em out! Bounty found.
Finally, son! My knuckles were starting to itch! Son just need a high five in the face!
You're about to be everywhere.
You are a knuckle sandwich! I got plenty!
So here's Mayhem Brawlers. I didn't know about this game until my buddy Kyle hooked me up with this game. So pretty much this is like a precursor to like, well, it feels like it's a prototype for Streets of Rage 4. I feel like the same people worked on this game. But this game you play as cops, and I like this game a lot because you can kind of choose your path where you go on the next level. So and it has this comic book style that kind of keeps you hooked to it. But the game suffers from online play. Unfortunately, there's no online play. So I wish they would have came out with an AI like partner to help you out during the game, kind of like Final Fight 3. But it doesn't have that. But the game is story driven, and I still think it's well done. So Mayhem Brawlers is definitely something I would say you guys should pick up.
Looks like it's time for buy a donut, get a free coffee.
Here is Radical Bikerz. Now, I found out about this game by accident. I was watching a video of a pizza delivery guy that almost hit a guy on a bike, and the guy was trying to like fight him and everything like that. And then I went to look for the video on YouTube, and this game popped up. So I said, man, as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. So pretty much this is a racing game where you race against another biker, your pizza delivery people racing to get to your destination, and you're going through pretty much like traffic and oncoming traffic. And the way that you actually beat your opponent in this game, you're not going to beat them straightforward. You usually have to take shortcuts, or usually you'll get speed boost options, but I mainly find that the shortcuts will help you win most races. The game is actually a lot of fun. It may seem hard at first, but you'll definitely get into it after a couple of matches. You'll start to get a feel for it. So I would say keep your eyes out for this one if you have the ability to play import games. Here's Bang Bang Busters for the Sega Dreamcast. Now, I talked about this game years ago, and the game originally, I think it originally came out in 2010, but I feel like it came out before that time. But this is a platform arcade game where you clear out enemies on the screen, very similar to games like Bubble Bobble, Snow Bros, and other games like that, I would say. I feel after playing this game and beating it, it is a true hidden gem. You know, not a lot of people know about it, and for good reason. It's only on certain consoles. It's on the Dreamcast, Neo Geo CD, Neo Geo AES, and MVS, I believe, as well. So a lot of people didn't really know about this one, but hopefully this game will get a more, I would say, modern release, maybe on like current consoles, even as a digital download, so people could find out about it, because I think it's a really good game. Now, it's not a long game if you know what you're doing. It probably take you about, like, I would say 40 minutes to beat the game if you know what you're doing, if you play properly. Because you got to remember, it is an arcade type game, and those are kind of meant to be short and sweet. So definitely just have that in mind. But also, too, the game is nice to look at. It has good music. It controls well, and it's a lot of fun. Though very short if you get through, I mean, if you know how to play the game. More than likely, most of you guys will probably pick out the Dreamcast version. So, yeah, I would say that's the more common version of the game to get, especially for the price it's going for. But anyways, guys, check this one out and let me know what you think about it. Here's Okinawa Rush. Now, this game came out back in 2021, and I wish I had finished it already. I got pretty far in this game, and I put it down. I think one of the reasons I put it down because I wanted to play it co-op. You know, it is fun playing single player, but playing it co-op, man, that's an experience. And I saw my friends Level 857 playing this a while back, and that's one of the reasons I got the game. It comes back to what I said earlier in the video. I wish these type of games had online play to really utilize, you know, what it has to offer. But even playing it single player or waiting for a friend to play it couch co-op or whatever, you're going to have a good time playing this one. Just remember in this game to utilize all your moves. Don't do the same thing over and over again. Use all the moves you have in your arsenal because you're going to need them.
I'm sorry.
The last stone was stolen.
The Black Mantis clan.
He's kind of got with Jet Girls. Now, I talked about this game on my channel before. Actually, I did a review of this game, and there's not many water skiing games out there. You know, the last ones I could actually think of are probably on the 6th generation consoles, or at least the last ones that were good. But this is a fun racing game, and I totally think people missed out on this one. You know, of course you get it as a digital download, but the physical copy is just getting up there, kind of. Now, what's awesome about this game is not only the courses that you race on, they're really good looking. I mean, they got some unique ones in here. But the gimmick in this game is that you have a partner with you. Your partner has like this super soaker, super powered water gun that knocks your opponents off balance when they're like ahead of you in the race. Also, if they get too close behind you as well. But the game is very story driven, Thankfully, you could skip all cutscenes if you're not interested in the story. That's what I did. And I just got to the races, and that's where you're going to have the most fun at, of course. I really feel like this game has a lot going for it, and I played this game so much that I actually got my Platinum Trophy. Though it's not hard to do, you just put a little effort into it, spend a little extra time besides the time of beating the game, and you'll pretty much get that Platinum Trophy. But I just wish more people were playing this game or knew about it, man, because the online mode is a lot of fun. But, when I go online with it, I only see like maybe one other person on there, so just feel like a lot of people didn't know about this game. I don't think it's a bad game at all. It's a lot of fun, but hey, hopefully I can get the word out, man. Maybe I'll see some of you guys online. Another cool thing I think people will like about this game is it has a bunch of customizations, so you can change up your watercraft, outfits, the way characters look. Plus, it has a bunch of silly mini games. Like I think there's like 3 or 4 of them. They're actually pretty fun that you could play. So if you like what you're seeing here, guys, definitely pick this one up. I don't think you will regret it. It's a lot of fun. And like I said, I hope to see you online. Alright, so here is 99 Vidas. Now, this game is actually very similar to Scott Pilgrim, but I actually prefer this one over Scott Pilgrim. Now, I know a lot of people will heckle me over that, and that's okay. We can talk about it in the comments section. But this is pretty much, I feel like, an unknown beat 'em up. And one of the things about this game is that this is one of the cool games that includes online play. So I'm hoping to get the word out about this game. Maybe some people will pick it up, see more people playing it online. Who knows? But it would be pretty awesome to have more people playing this game online, because this game gets very difficult towards the end. And I feel like me and my friends got cheated when we almost beat this game towards, like, I think it was like a couple of years ago we played it, and we got cheated. But still, that didn't take away from how much I like the game, so really feel it needs to be on this list. Now, for those of you that decide to pick this game up, I just want to let you guys know, of course, the game is available digital, Switch, and PS4. But if you're hardcore enough to get the physical copy of the game, the Switch version actually has a DLC embedded on the cart. So they had the extra levels like The First of Us and a couple other spoof levels from games, and Streets of Rage is another game they kind of spoofed in one of their levels. But definitely, like I said, this game is something you guys want to pick up. So hope to see you online, and hope to debate you in the comments section about which is better. Lastly, we have Smashin Drive. This game is so freaking funny. It reminds me, I think it was a San Francisco Rush on the N64 back in the day, where you could like drive on top of buildings and all that stuff. I could be wrong about that game. You guys let me know in the comments. But this game is just like that, and pretty much like, think about Crazy Taxi and San Francisco Rush put into one game, and you're in for a wild ride pretty much. As you can see, you're driving through an airport, you're on the freaking lane and everything like that. This is insane. This game got panned back in the day, but I think like today it could be more appreciated. It's definitely an arcade game. You play it in short spurts and whatnot. It's wild fun. The soundtrack is like this garage rock type stuff. It kind of loops every 40 seconds. It's pretty hilarious. But you could think like the Dreamcast would probably get a game like this. Definitely reminiscent of that. So let me know what you guys think of this one. Here is Battle Axe from our friends at Bitmap Bureau. This game took me by surprise. I had no idea this existed pretty much. If you're a fan of games like old school Gauntlet, action and adventure type, well, more action in these type of games, arcadey action, I would say, this game will be right up your alley. Lots of enemies to take out, and this is the crazy part about this game. When you take out enemies in this game, their body parts are all over, like pretty much all over the map. Pretty much, I thought they were like coins to collect, and then I really looked at it. I was like, oh, dude, like this is crazy. So, very arcadey, like a lot of fun. You have 3 characters to choose from, and it just takes off from there, guys. For those of you who played the Gauntlet games, you'll know what I'm talking about. Bitmap Bureau did a good job with this game. It really pulled me in. Lots of fun, good boss battles. Just overall, an awesome game. A must-have in your collection. Oh, and I almost forgot, the game is co-op, but it's not co-op online. But still, having 2-player in a game like this, yeah, that's an awesome for me. So definitely check this one out, guys.
Can Thank you. Thanks. Goodbye.
Now here is Blazing Chrome. Finally got this game. Whew, man, it was rough to find this for a decent price. So if you're a fan of run and gun games like Contra, even Metal Slug, you'll definitely know what you're getting into here. I don't know if you guys remember this, but I think it was a couple of years ago when this game first came out as a download. Me and Jason did a Let's Play on his channel where we both went into the game for the first time and tried to play it. It was pretty rough, man. It was tough, but it was fun though. You know, these are the type of games you gotta really try to remember how things are in the game. You know, like kind of remember how enemies come at you or whatnot. You go into it blind, then you're gonna get far. Ooh, man, you're in for a rude awakening. But either way, I would say that it's kind of hard like Contra 3, but not as hard as Contra Hardcore for the Genesis, at least the American version. Alright, so originally Cannon Dancer Osmond was an arcade game that came out in 1996, but around that time I feel like arcades were starting to die out as people were getting like the new generation consoles. Like the 5th generation was pretty much impressing a lot of people. You were kind of seeing arcade type games on a home console, well, mostly with 3D type games. You did see the Saturn host some arcade type games, but you needed a lot of expansion to like play them, and most of them were imports. But anyways, going back to this game, it was originally supposed to be a Strider 2 game, but they lost the rights, so they made their own game. Freaking awesome. Some companies probably just throw their game out or whatever like that, or just shelve it. But they said, no, we're going to make something for ourselves. So, boom, here we have Cannon Dancer. Now, I don't even know what to tell you guys about the story with this game, because the story is pretty crazy, but it's pretty simple at the same time. Now, sometime in the 21st century, the federal government has pretty much taken over the world. And some threat, this woman named Abdullah the Slaver is trying to take over the world. Now, the government fears this, and they hire a lone assassin. This assassin has a specialty for certain attacks that are like considered dance moves, and he's pretty lethal. Now, the game gives you all kind of power-ups where you have like shadow dancers with you that are kind of like replicate your attacks. They don't last forever, but they're definitely helpful when they're around. You can take out bosses pretty fast if you know what you're doing. Now, the music in the game, I guess it fits the game for its time. I'm not saying it's bad or great, but, you know, it has some tunes in there that are pretty cool, I would say. Being that this game is originally from the arcades, it is meant to take your money, so just be aware of that. It has that arcade-type difficulty, but once you kind of figure things out, get around everything, you could, like, perfect this game if you know what you're doing. Now, I haven't seen any videos where anybody's went through the game with not getting hit, but I feel like it's one of those games that somebody could do this in. Now, the game is not very long. It's around 6 levels, but the 6th level, I would say like kind of the 5th level too, but the 6th level alone is annoying as hell. That level, you have to kind of deal with checkpoints. So the game is hoping by the time you get to that level, you know what you're doing. But if you kind of like just mash your way through the game, you're going to get stuck on a couple of parts. But it's not too crazy difficult if you pay attention to what you're doing. But the game does have that rewind feature if you play on standard mode. Challenge mode is where you get your trophies and stuff like that. But if you want to play on a simpler mode where you kind of figure things out, you do have the rewind option in the standard mode. Alright, so also I want to say this. I'm glad that this game was not Strider 2 because we got our own version of Strider 2 from Capcom. This game became its own game, and I consider it a part of the Strider series. I mean, unofficially, you know, I mean, if you play this game, there are certain parts in the game where you know they took ideas from the first Strider, especially if you remember the first Strider when you're running down that snowy hill with the mines. This game has a truck that's chasing you down this hill. Well, you're pretty much on a building, running off the side of a building. You're being chased by this crazy truck, so very similar. And I also want to say I do think this game is worth getting, especially if you like Strider or just action games in general. I mean, arcade games are like a fine art. I mean, there's just something unique about them. You know, they just why they were arcade games. I'm very happy that this game is getting ported to consoles so many years later. You know, I feel like a lot of people will have a chance to play it because, like I said, arcades at the time this game came out, well, at least in America, they were dying out. So a lot of people don't even know this game exists. Now, you guys saw I went all out for it. I got the collector's edition, but you guys can get the standard edition and be good with that. I mean, they do have the standard edition still available. Games available on Switch, PS4, PS5. Not sure about the Xbox Series X, but hopefully it is. It might be on Steam too, but I'll have the systems that it's available on in the description. But anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys pick this game up. If you play it, let me know in the comments what you think about it. And that's all I got for you, Radical Reggie, and I will see you all later.